Oh, we're good now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Fucking Jesus. A lot of Christians like to tell me, you should just let Jesus come in your heart. And I'm like, well, last time I tried, he missed and left me a pearl necklace. Totally not into that anymore. Alright, I'm gonna bring up your next comedian. He's a very funny guy. Please give it up for Mr. Logan Rogers.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all drinking tonight? As you can see, I am. I like those girly drinks with the girly sounding names, like Barefoot and Pregnant. I think this was a black eye, though, because it was a double. But if I'm in a Spanish club, I like to order a second-class citizen to get me a beer. Did you know if you put a roofie in a black girl's drink, it's called a no hell no? For real, because the next morning she'll wake up, look at you, and go, oh hell no. If she's ugly, it's called a where's my purse. Did you know roofies? Roofies cost $35. Can you believe that? Jesus. At those prices, she better put out. Just saying. These girls are just kind of hard to talk to. The other day I was talking to this Chinese girl. It's just really hard. There's something about those people that can just really put up a wall. I wish I was Mexican and I could just get right over that wall and start looking for a job. I don't believe that most Mexicans are here illegally, though. I think a soccer game just got out of hand. Tiempo addicional. Anybody here watch soccer? Any soccer fans? I can't really get into it. Oh, fuck that shit. If I want to watch a Mexican waiter and a Spanish dishwasher run around for a couple hours, I'll just go eat it Fridays. But they say tennis is a girly sport. I don't believe that. I think it's kind of a manly sport. It's just like in tennis with men, love means absolutely nothing. I saw a guy in a wheelchair playing golf. I wonder what his handicap was. But I like watching sports on TV. The other day I was watching a horse race, and these 4 white horses were like tied the whole race. Then I realized I was just watching Sex and the City. I was wondering what the fuck they was doing on the sidewalk. But Michael J. Fox is back on TV. Believe that. It's about time we had a good physical comedy to watch. Saying. And with that disease, he must be really in with the movers and shakers of Hollywood. Saying. But as you can see, I'm in the sweating, stuttering phase of my comedy. Still trying to figure out what kind of comic I want to be. But I do got to narrow down to white or black, though. So I know I look white, but I went to prison in my teen years. I've never owned anything in my name, and I date and beat white girls. So on paper, I'm black. I'm just kidding, you shouldn't hit women, because they may start to like it, and then it loses all meaning. Yeah. I don't really hit my girl, though. I just grab her by the forearms and make her hit herself. Make her fist, bitch! When you do that, though, you just gotta, it's like the thing is to buy them something nice. I like to buy my girl really nice lingerie, just because I don't like wearing cheap shit when she's not home. I think she's starting to figure it out, though, because she recognizes my skid marks. I caught my girl cheating on me with a guy with my same name. It's kind of fucked up. So now in bed, I make her holler out my social security number. What is it? 443. But the reason why he has my same name is because it's my dad. And I know. It wasn't that bad. When they started three-waying with my mom, it was, the walls are thin. But to tell you a little bit about myself, I am 3/4 white, 1/4 Native American, 1/4 Cherokee. I used to be 3/4 Cherokee, believe it or not, but the white quarter had a bunch of shiny beads and firewater. So we traded some of that away. I seen an Indian stripper once. I knew she was Indian because she came out dressed like a blackjack dealer. For real. She had the cards, the disgust for white people, the whole nine. You gotta love a good Indian joke, come on. There's not that many real ones around. But I did go to prison when I should have been going to high school. So now I make up for it by dating high school girls. If they call an older woman a cougar, I guess that makes me a teen wolf. Oh, man. But I did go to prison at a young age, at 15. People always ask me, did I get raped? The answer is no. At that age, it's still legally considered child molestation. He didn't like me calling him a child molester, though. It made me introduce him as my exotic babysitter. I don't know what's so exotic about him. I was the one dancing in the outfit. But that next birthday was my worst. I don't know how sweet your 16 was, but the only thing sweet about mine was the grape Kool-Aid he made me wear on my lips. I don't know, he must have thought I was black too, because purple is not my color. Yeah, gave me the nickname Black from the Waist Down. I know that sounds flattering, but it was really just because I was owned by a black guy from the waist down. But here lately, things are looking up though. Seems like life just can't stop smiling at me. I think it might be retarded. Not the real retarded though, it just likes to clap and scream if it hears a car horn. You ever caught yourself just accidentally staring at somebody that's mentally challenged? You ever notice that the longer you do, the better you feel about yourself? No? Well, I'll leave you with this. It's a saying I picked up. When you meet somebody new, I lie to you for 15 minutes, then you lie to me for 15 minutes, and then we rest for 15 minutes. Hopefully my 15 minutes is just getting started, people. My name is Logan Rogers. Thank you very much.
Did you guys hear Lance Armstrong about that pin company Uniball? It's a cancer joke. I got a midget joke that's really short.
I got it.
Hey Vanessa, I love you.
Love you too.
Good to see you. Oh man, I am way too hungover to be doing this right now. So I'm gonna bring up your next comedian. She's a very, very funny girl. Please give a round of applause for Whitney Wasson.
Oh my goodness. A lot of dudes here tonight. Logan was talking about when you stare at a retarded person for an uncomfortably long amount of time, like we all did during a set just then. But seriously, there's a lot of talk about rape, and I just want you guys to know that my job for the past year and a half has been being a sexual violence prevention peer health educator. Round of applause, you guys. This is a hard job. Not a joke. It's my real job. I do stuff like I talk to students on campus at the University of Arkansas. I say stuff like, now listen, girls. You need to be careful about what you're wearing, what you're drinking, what you're eating, who you're drinking with, what they're drinking, where you're walking, what they're wearing, where you go in the bar, and what all the guys around you are drinking. And to the guys, I just say, rape less. A lot of rapists in the audience. So, we've been talking about ejaculation quite a bit. I was at a bar with Jonathan Shannon over here. True story. And you guys keep talking about Native Americans. This Native American gentleman, 7 feet tall, no joke, walked up to us, pointed at my face, and he goes, "Ha ha, I've seen your face, and I'll remember it when I'm masturbating later, and there's not a thing you can do about it." before, but I thought I'd talk about one of my favorite Oklahomans. His name's, I shouldn't say his name, should I? But his name was Brendan, and he was from Rock Island, Oklahoma. Has anyone been there? Tiny, tiny little place. He lived in a double wide. No surprise there. But anyway, he used to tell us about what it was like growing up in Rock Island. He was like, we read one book from 7th through 12th grade, and it was the Diary of Anne Frank. He's like, and the only thing I learned was check your attic. True story, no fucking kidding. This guy was so racist, he didn't even realize it. Like, we were talking about, at school we were just talking about Native Americans in some respect, and he was like, oh yeah, Native Americans, my house was built over an Indian graveyard. And we were like, really? He's like, oh yeah, when we built my house, we had to, built as in rolled it onto the property, by the way. He was like, we had to move all these tombstones out of the way. He's like, there was a big one, I used to call it Chief. He's like, I used to hide my corn there. That was a callback to the dirty porn magazine. I was just throwing that out there. Porn magazines, you got it. Porn. I was watching a porn recently. Ladies watch porn. Am I right, ladies? Fucking thank you. Oh, I was watching this porn and they were seriously making small talk. And you know how when you're watching porn and you skip forward a little bit, right? Everybody's like, we gotta get past the exposition into the real action, right? I skipped past it and this guy is doing his thing. And he's like, oh yeah, how do you like that? She was like, oh yeah. It's so much bigger than my boyfriend's. And he could have just left it that, right? But instead, he's like, oh yeah, what's it like? She's like, it's different. And then they just looked at each other for a minute. True story. Oh, so weird. So, yeah, porn. One of my best friends is actually doing porn out on the West Coast. A boy from Fort Smith, Arkansas is out doing porn. He needs a round of applause, please. That is a big accomplishment. And when he first said that he was going to do porn, I was just like, oh my god. I wasn't even thinking about the particulars of it, of like where things go, and how all that works. My immediate thought was like, what is your porn name going to be? It's the most important part. And I was thinking you could go with like, old school, like a Nacho Vidal, Like just pick your favorite food and then your favorite shampoo. And you're not, or something ultra masculine like Max Razor. Typically those guys with the short little ponytails that are like dyed orange and they're just like wailing on chicks. That's a huge like percentage of porn actors. But we're nerds, so I was like, no. I've got it. The perfect porn name is Holden Cockfield. And your first porn could be something like Catcher in Rye. He didn't go with it. He went with something like Derek. Yeah, I tried. Michael, I believe, was talking about Jesus a little bit. Heard some atheist business. That was great. Do we have any tattooed people around here? Are there any heavily tattooed people? There we go. I see them punctuated across the crowd. Well, my theory is that the more tattoos you have, the less you care about the quality of your tattoos.
Oh, boo.
Oh, no! She has good tattoos. You'll have to show me after. But I've come up with the perfect tattoo. You guys have to tell me if you think of something better. But a tramp stamp of the Last Supper. But really, I have the room for it, Everybody, we're gonna get everybody in there. But I like the idea of just sitting at the bar, like I do, and someone looking at the tramp stamp, peeking out and being like, is that Jesus, you guys? No, surely she doesn't have that. But, if you had that tattoo, either way, Jesus would have your back. Thank you very much, you guys. I'm going to be watching.
Sorry, I didn't catch his name. Get it? I was blowing someone. Kind of running short on time, so I'm just gonna breeze right into this next comedian. He just got done riding 1,400 miles on his bicycle, doing stand-up across the country. Please give it up for Roger Hack.
Hello, Tulsa. I do have to say, you guys are the whitest Native Americans I think I've ever seen. It is something else. All right, but so Michael Jordan Dunn was explaining I was riding a bicycle. Now I have to explain. I did a cross-country bicycle trip by myself. I went from DC to New York City, Buffalo, Niagara Falls, down to Cleveland, and all the way to Kansas City. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was. My bicycle and I, we actually grew close together, very close. There were a lot of ups and downs, some rocky roads, but she was riding my ass the whole time. It's funny, she liked to go both ways, and she's a bicycle. I really like that there's a window. I just want to look outside. I'm not used to this. This is crazy. I don't want to disappoint you. I'm sorry I don't have any masturbation jokes over here. I wish I did. They really come in handy, but masturbation jokes. I played trombone when I was in high school. Does anyone else remember being a virgin? That was fun. That was fun stuff. I have roommate issues back home. They're married. The both of them, they're married, so they're always having sex all the time. Oh, it's so... Every night I'm like, Mom! Yeah! It's ridiculous! So I gotta move. I gotta get out. Moving, that's ridiculous. You gotta deal with the neighbors. That's always an ordeal. You have to fake your way through it, Hi, I'm Roger Hack, and I'm a sex offender. Whatever. I don't actually have to do that. I haven't gotten caught yet, so there's that. But really, here's the deal. I can't hear a word you're saying, so I'm just going to continue ignoring you. So I hope you think you're funny, because I really don't feel impressed with you. So anyway, this is ridiculous. Well, I'm not really actually a sex offender. My mom actually taught me a song and dance of all things to protect me from sex offenders. It's a real thing. The way it goes is, stop, don't touch me there. These are my private squares. The sad, it's not the whole song though. It goes, R-A-P-E, get your hands away from me. That's how that goes. It's not very effective. I told the judge both times. So, there's that. I was driving around and I saw a church. And this church had a sign outside that said, the password into heaven is Jesus. I'm like, why are you telling everyone your password? I mean, that's a rookie mistake. Now anyone can log into your account in heaven and just mess all your stuff up. That's ridiculous. I mean, let's think about it. What do you think the operating system is for heaven? Really, what do you think? Do you think it's Windows, Android? I mean, we know it's not Mac. God hates apples. So, I mean, he was already mad at just 1 byte. And just think 120 gigabytes. There's no way. He would not be okay with that. It was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve Jobs. So, just saying. That's how it goes. You guys are silly. I like you guys. Portland, Oregon. I'm glad to be here, Portland. This is great. Or am I in Arkansas now? Now I'm in Arkansas. Let's tell. Here's the thing. You go around on this bicycle, right? That's what I did, and hear people say, hey, you don't really sound like you're from Arkansas. You don't sound like, well, I mean, from Oklahoma, you don't sound Southern, but I mean, I can talk like this if it makes you feel better. I mean, if you feel a little more comfortable, I can do this easy. Look, I'll just start the whole show all over. Look, I got some roommate issues back home, and, all right? and they're married, so they're always having sex all the time. And I'm like, brother, cousin, it's gross and gay. I don't like it. I don't like it. Mom doesn't like it. Jesus doesn't like it. I know what you're thinking. I'm talking about the guy that mows our yard every week. He says his name's Jesus, but he don't spell it that way. All right, not so good for Tulsa. I won't do that one. I've been dating around a bit, been dating 2 girls at the same time. You think that'd be awesome, but they both have sexual diseases that I can't get rid of? Oh, so gross. One has herpes and the other one has a boyfriend. What? Oh, disgusting. The boyfriend knows me, and every time he sees me, he's all, stay away from my girlfriend. Jokes on him. He has no idea he's getting herpes. The best thing that's ever happened to me was a woman. And the worst thing that's ever happened to me was a woman. Funny how that works, right? Best thing and worst thing. And I'm really kidding. Women aren't things. I'm not a Republican, so not working so well in Tulsa. That's okay. But the thing is, even if you were things, women, you're not worth that much. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Oh no, look, to me, here's how it goes. Women are like cars. We're just gonna skip part of the joke. Women are like cars. Women are like cars in that you could be the same make or model, you know, you could be red car, blue car, Corvette, Cadillac, you're all the same to me, used. So, oh, come on, check the Carfax report, because the last guy that had you, he couldn't change the oil, he rode you too hard, too fast, and there's a stain in the back seat, so you may as well rip out and replace that upholstery, because God only knows what kinds of infections are back there. Oh, look, I pop a cherry and get a new car, but she loses half her value when you drive her off the lot. No, I'm only kidding, guys. I'm only kidding because I can't even afford a car. And if I need a lift, I get a ride from my mom. That's how that goes. Because she knows how to drive a stick. And I get all the best parking spots with our handicap tags. I thought a room full of men would be okay with a joke like that. What is going on? I mean, I obviously don't mean any of this. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous, Tulsa. Come on. Sunday! It's the Lord's Day! We don't say these things! We don't do shit like this!
Everyone went to church this morning.
Everyone went to church this morning, so we all feel guilty! We don't want to deal with this! I sound like the guy that's been talking the whole show! I'm hilarious! I'm sorry, you guys are really good guys. So we all drinking alcohol, obviously. They don't actually serve my favorite kind of alcohol, which is rubbing alcohol. Oh man, so good. Burns all the way down. Oh, I love it. I don't even need roofies anymore. I just give her a double shot of rubbing alcohol and she is as good as dead weight. Oh man. Best sex of my life right there. And on top of that, rubbing alcohol also kills sperm. Talk about 2 birds. What? I don't even need plan B anymore. Just paddle and rubbing alcohol in there and she's good to go. I'm only kidding, everybody. Jeez, we're all like really touchy with me. I would never have sex with a dead woman. That's weird. That's weird. I don't know where I lost y'all, but I never had sex with. The best I can get are drunk girls. Honestly, the best I can get are drunk girls. I don't know if you know the difference between having sex with a dead girl and having sex with a drunk girl is that and do you want to hear the joke? Hey guy, do you want to hear the joke? I can sit next to you and talk to you. I'll tell you about the joke. Do you want to hear it? Am I going to get feedback? Alright. You know the difference between having sex with a dead girl and a drunk girl? Well, hey, let me tell you the difference. The difference between having sex with a dead girl and a drunk girl is all pretty obvious. She's talking the whole time. She's like, no, Roger, stop it. I don't want to have sex with you. See, there's more to it. See, what happens when you talk during someone telling a joke, you miss out on everything I'm working on. I don't know if you know how comedy works.
I'm sorry.
Are you sorry? Are you? Okay, well, looking to support by being using your voices. All right. So, hey, I really should not have given you a cent of attention. Because now you're just eating it up. Now, there's like, the thing is I left everyone hanging on this very offensive thing that I said, and you've been interrupting me. So, the girl's talking the whole time, right? I'm only kidding. She says, no, okay, let me recap again. No, Roger, stop it. I don't want to have sex. Wow, 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 wow. Alright? I'm only kidding. I would never rape a girl who knew my name. Or at all. I'm not a frat guy from Tulsa. Here, I want to give you some advice really quick. Because you got to work up a girl when you're with a girl, right? There's a lot of foreplay that's involved, right? See, what happens is I like to show a girl, alright, I like to show a girl my Fab Four. Why do I call my fingers the Fab Four? Well, only the Beatles can make women scream uncontrollably. See, you have John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Now, who's the best Beatle? Well, most women like George and Paul. Some women don't like George, other women don't like Paul. Crazy Asians love John, but no matter how you look at it, Ringo's always getting shit. Happiness is a warm gun with my finger on your trigger. You guys have been really fun. That was my best joke, my last joke. My whole, everything I was doing got, thrown off the rails. This Hatman train just fell off. But I'm really excited. Thanks so much. This whole table of us, we're from Arkansas. We've been having a really great time. You guys have been a really fun audience. Been really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And don't leave yet. Brock's coming up. I'm really excited to see Brock. We've been really glad. You guys have been a super fantastic crowd. Thanks again. Come to Fable, come visit us, or come talk to us after all this. We'd like to talk to the comics and everything. Again, thanks so much. My name's Roger Hack. Have a great rest of your evening. Keep supporting this venue so we're a local comedy.
Alright. Hell yeah. Keep going for Roger Hack. Give it up for him one more time. Come on. You ever heard somebody say this? I'm not racist, or I'm not sexist, followed by the most racist or sexist shit that you've ever heard in your life? You know what I mean? It's like, fucking hone in on one point in my life, my most non-racist moment. The other day, my mom asked me to do some gardening, because obviously she treats me like an indentured servant. She asked me to do some gardening. She comes home, I'm listening to Bullet or the Ballot, speech by Malcolm X while I'm just out there slaving away, sweating. I think that's my least racist moment in my life. I have a black friend who, he's racist as shit. He is so racist, he calls me a white nigger. And I was like, dude, I don't know whether to be complimented or offended by that. And then I remembered, oh, I'm Irish. He totally meant that offensively. He did. That was what was going on. All right, I'm gonna bring up your next comedian. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Brock Golden.
Hey, thanks MJD, Michael and Jordan Dunn, thank you. Oh yeah. How are we doing out there, guys? That's good, that's good. Oh yeah, look at this guy over here roping the Coors, man. Shameless advertising right there. Hey, don't ride alone, you know what I'm saying? Come on. All right. Now, I noticed you mentioned something about it. You said that you rode around on your bike and you guys got just melded together, like you were inseparable, like you actually grew into your bike. And that's just what I was thinking about. It's like a messed up Cabbage Patch Kid or something, or like an extra in an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie or something, you know what I mean? You must see his new movie, he brings back the guns. Nobody lives. It's great. Honestly, I've heard a guy over here mention that Pringles, man. You notice after you take karate, there's no possible way that you can pick a Pringle out of the can. It's absolutely impossible. The more Pringles, the more breaks. The less Pringles, it's just like fine dust when you're done with it. So, anybody else just glad they're not a kid in here anymore? I mean, because think about it. You see the usher rope, and you're like you turn into a Campbell's soup character, just trying to get over just trying to get over the little line, you know, to get some action when I get up old enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was a comment a moment ago in tonight's festivities that mentioned the Outback. And I agree with you. I've never seen an Aussie in an Outback drinking on a Foster's, that tuffy little red hair. Because that would really seal the deal, wouldn't it? Yes, it would seal it. So, the fair is over with, and it's like, how do they come out with all the fried stuff? I think somebody at one point, it was in a little college town in the east, could have been anywhere, it was like, what's up, home fries? What's up, home fries? And at this point, the person was like, yeah. Home fries, man. That goes over well. Everybody will love this. Everybody will be seeing this in all the good movies and stuff. And it'll be around the land. In fact, it will duplicate itself and manifest itself in tractor trailers. We will continue service. But now it's over. And what do? We say, what's up, baby? All right, we're just going to go up to Long John Silver's and get some fried fish. But you gotta have your hunting and fishing license. In which case, that means you shop at Echo Man. You know where they do it over and over again? Maybe it's the crunch that you don't like. It's the crunchies. You want me to just say it? Crunchies. We should be dropping on the ground now. Crunchies. You know, the little stuff you pick up at KFC. Because if it's extra dirty, you gotta go to LJS. Like the sellers. Now, you notice I'm wearing hush puppies. I'm not making any jokes, no setups, just hush puppies, just bringing them up. So, a while ago, I was at work, and this guy, man, he was just dogging a coworker, right? The guy had recently been fired. And so they were dogging him. Ha 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 ha. You know, the guy had been fired. And I sat there and talked to him. I said, man, he was a true old school player, man. He was sitting there talking about, you know, how he was sitting up on his stand, lifeguarding, talking about his point of aim, shooting over a field full of people swimming, just sitting back, all close-eyed and quiet. You know, talking about the crosshairs and just the sound. Everybody all happy and stuff. As a side note, everybody please, get married in wave pools. Okay? Please! Think about it, man. It'd be awesome. Just do it. We're all meant to do it. It's supposed to be done. All right. But, so like I said, he was on Border Patrol or something. You know, the crosshairs. But anyway, so he just got fired. And the guy was saying, I'm trying to get his voice down perfectly, but he said, this guy's a real numb. To which I had to guy? Is corn nuts, okay? If for nothing else, it's because his hair is just fly straight up and blonde like Genius style, okay? This was a savage place to work, man. I mean, my manager was so severe that on his little area, he posted up knives, man. Throwing knives all around the area, like Robinson Crusoe protecting his lair. If he hadn't got it at the electronics exhibit at the Expo Square, I might have said something. But seriously, you would have figured somebody would have came along and said, hey, take that crap down. I mean now. But the fact that it looked like it was Indian art straight out of the Philbrook, the guy said, let it go. Just leave it up. That's a promotion. Oh, but I tell you, this place that I worked at was so severe, so crazy. The security guards were insane. They got them little, cool little Carhartt, man. They were wearing Carhartt jackets and jacking people up, sleeping. I couldn't remember because I was sleeping, but I didn't get caught. You know why? Because I recognized Carhartt on a security guard. Now these were my boys. They all looked like straight out of a Spencer's Homies ad. If anybody remembers Homies, you could get the poster of Spencer. It had like every single type of Mexican person, stereotype that ever existed. All like this, like, and with the hat tipped down. I was cool the other day, man. I had to stop and cap myself, tipped over just a little bit. Called me rapper Smurf, man. It was blue, you know? You make these things up when you're being lame. Or when you're being cool. Now, I don't mean to clear this thing out, you know what I'm saying, but it's all in the interchange, man. I don't smoke or nothing, but people be smoking and saying, just clear it out, man, just clear it out. So I figured I'd do the same. But that's what you're supposed to do, right? Clear it out, quit laughing. This is this side. No, anyway, so the security guards, you know what I'm saying? It was clearing it out. It was clearing it out. You know, I feel very cool over here. What's up, my man? I feel very cool over here. But it's like, when I walk in this area, I feel like I just get gusted with like, rawhide, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Rossway strap, you know what I'm saying? Like, straight off the, you know what I'm saying? Straight off the country lands, you know what I'm saying? It reminds me of an old bus driver, man. We used to have this old bus driver when we was little, right? And this is when, you know, when you're little, maybe it's the proportion of size that you are. But everything seems to shake like a trailer in the wind, doesn't it? You know what I'm saying? And these are the days, the severe, serious days when they just started putting the cameras on the buses. What kind of times is that you're living in that you would have to say, we need cameras on the buses with the little mirrors. You know what I'm saying? So the bus driver can comb over his country curl on his deer brown head. Just over there. But anyway, so he sits down and he looks at you from the thing, you know what I'm saying? He's in there. It's 10 construction. And the guy had the reddest face I'd ever seen, right? And he wore like one of them shirts, one of them country shirts, right? Tucked in to jeans with the brown belt and some type of seriously mud-strapping shoes, right? And he would get up on there. He must have been 36, but he looked 28. Or 28, but looked 36. You never know in this day and age. But I just remember him saying, you know, you'd say, what's wrong with this guy, man? He said, like at a concert or something, trying to talk to somebody across the thing. I said, the guy has no time for that. To us, a kid would be saying something like, but to us, when you're down there and it's all magnified, the guy has no time, bro. No time. Anything, you know, and stuff like that. And I remember the kids would say cool stuff, right? And they would say, ha! And he'd say, and he was country. I told you old boy was country. And he would say, and so people would say, yeah. And we'd be going, what? What's going on? I don't even know. What's going on, man? You know? And somebody must have thrown something. I think what happened was one of them kids were trying them little tricks on the ears with the friends. That's one place you don't cross, man. Ooh, I found a protractor. Ooh, I found a, you know, or whatever else somebody might have stole off the property. Or anything. A little piece of candy. Or anything. And they must have thrown something. Because the bus stopped. It not even stopped. And this guy, you couldn't establish a relationship to understand where he's going to go with the student, you know, to say maybe, would he tear you apart? Would he tear you down with his language? Maybe he might say something. But he's not, and gets up. And he walks back to the back of the bus. And everybody says, they said, what are you saying, man? What are you much like you're at Kate's ballroom, man? What are you saying? What are you saying? I cannot hear you. I said, shut up! Shut up! Yeah! Shut up! Shut up! Ow!
You tell him! I can tell him, Brock!
Now, I looked at him. You might think, where's the punchline in all this? Now, the punchline is, listen, man. That should be it. It should be just listen up. Now, I don't mean to tell you, you know, I go on for a second here. I don't mean to tell you true stories here. True stories are always the best ones. Right? Now, I just watched the latest movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. Okay? Now they were coming at, you know, you would figure that they would reverse each other, like your mythic bus driver and student here. Never cross the lines. You know what I'm saying? I may receive back, because some people say stupid stuff. Just to do it right, man. That's all anybody ever asked on a bus or well, anywhere really. Maybe y'all would like to say something? I don't mean to put you on the spot. But What's that saying, man? What's that? Crunchy stuff? Arnold Schwarzenegger. If I were on the red carpet, I would take your Scarlett Johansson, man. I would take her, not you, man. I'm just relating to you here. I would take her. I'm not even that big on it. Some people are, man. Some people just go and sigh in the air like a Bill Murray shirt. You know what I mean? But what's with the people wearing like the Tiny Toon shirts? What's with the people wearing the King Cooper shirts? What's with the people wearing the Michael J. Fox shirt? What's with the people wearing the Raw Deal shirt? What's with the people wearing the like Bullet for My Valentine shirt? What's with the people wearing the Kardashian shirt? Or the Wheaties shirt? Or the Lenore shirt? Or the anything going on? You know? I don't watch the show, man. I never watched the show, man. I'm just trying to replay that moment. Rocky Mountain, you know what I mean? John Denver, of course. Now, because that ends tragically, I take that back. But what's with the people wearing the No Doubt shirt? I mean, what's with the people? Well, we know what's up with them. They're cool, man. But what's with the people wearing the Doors shirt? Or the Jimi Hendrix shirt? That's like wearing a Charlie Chaplin shirt, man. You're like taking it back to Technicolor on this one, man. You might as well ask your dad what it was like doing black and white, man. Because you can see in color. You might ask your mom, it's always different, man, with the interactions, man. You meet somebody that wears one of these shirts, you just want to give them a high five. But never high five somebody that wears a shirt like that, because if you high five somebody that wears a shirt like that in the exact same spot, a person with a like shirt will appear if you just look for it. Yeah. It's a coincidence that never ends. Okay? It's like these shirts, man. Try to rip them off, but they can't be ripped off. Some people say, yes, they can. I own 10 of them, 12 of them. I ripped off Abercrombie and Fitch. I've ripped off your Dillard's. I've ripped off. Now you know that place gets ripped off. They don't stop on Walmart. Ooh. They get everything at Walmart. They don't stop. They get Butterfingers and they get, you know what I'm saying, tablets and stuff. And they get shirts and ties and cool Tabasco ties and big screen television. Yeah, I got 80. Yeah, I'm fixing to get 90. That's 90-inch flat screen for you guys that aren't into what's going on. I got Nintendo. You know how it's missing in the little glass box? Little Xbox? I got that one. That's why it's missing. Because I got it. You can't mess with it. You should have brought it up Walmart, man. But that's where, if you want to step aside from the country boy with the plaid shirt and just get a plaid shirt, just go get one, man. Leave it open and wear a white shirt underneath it. Wear a Rescue Ranger shirt underneath it, man. I don't care. Get your shepherd or two, you know what I'm saying? Keep laughing, you know what I mean? Alright, guys. My name's Brock. I'm giving the mic back up to MJ.
God, I'm crying right now. I'm crying. Oh, man. Please give it up for Brock Goldman one more time, man. God, I love that guy. He's like the Frank Zappa of comedy. Oh, man. I'd like to do something a little impromptu here. Maybe holler outside. Let's bring all the comedians on stage. Come on. Come on, come up here. Everyone who performed, come on. Jonathan's pooping? Call him out like that. Alright, I know there was more. There was more. Thank you, 5 people, for hanging out. This is awesome. Again, every third Sunday, come on out, support local comedy. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. I don't know you guys, fuck you. Especially thanks for coming all the way from Arkansas. Give everyone a round of applause.
There's one mic up there.